Hello students, welcome to our another session of prepositions, a very important and interesting topic of English grammar. Prepositions, they look difficult but they are actually very easy. When we keep on saying the sentences in our daily use, we automatically tend to use the correct preposition in our sentences. But when it comes to grammar, the correct usage knowledge is necessary. And here we aim to improve your English with the knowledge of correct preposition as per their usage. In our last lecture, we have studied about the preposition of place and preposition of time. The three prepositions in, on and at were collectively used for both the preposition of place and preposition of time. We also studied some other prepositions like before and after, during, and there was another within. So there was many prepositions which we had studied as preposition of place and time. Once again, we are going to start with the preposition of time but with a twist. You might have heard a very important preposition which normally people use wrong. They are a set of preposition known as since and for. They are one of the most important prepositions of English which people do not use correctly. So now I am going to tell you when do we use preposition since. Firstly, we use preposition since when we are telling you about the exact starting time of an action. This means जब भी हम किसी सेंटेंस में किसी एक्शन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तब whenever we are talking about an action in the sentence, we tell about when the action started. If I am telling you about the exact starting point of that action, actually I should say the exact starting point of an action is referred with the preposition since. Whereas when I just talk about the duration of the action which can be tentative or approximate duration, then we use the preposition for. Now let's see how do we use this preposition. For example, it has been raining dash 5 a.m. or I can say 5 o'clock in the morning. Here I will use the preposition since. Why have I used the preposition since? Because I have told you the exact time when it started raining. Suppose I am a teacher and I am teaching from 10 years. But in this sentence, did I tell you from when did I start teaching? If I mean to tell you the exact year when I started teaching, I will use the preposition since. For example, I have been teaching since 2008. Can you see here? I am mentioning the exact year from when I started teaching. Now I can also use I have been teaching since 2 a.m. This can also be the option. Why? Because I have mentioned the exact time. अब मैं मान लो किसी क्लास को एक हफ्ते से पढ़ा रही हूँ और मैंने पढ़ाना मंडे को चालू किया था, then also I can say I have been teaching since Monday. This can also be the option. Suppose I have been teaching for the whole day और मैंने पढ़ाना सुबह सुबह चालू किया था, then I can also use the word here. I have been teaching since morning. Or any of these four options can be used in this sentence. So it is very clear that we use since when we mention exact time, exact year, or at the same time you can say exact, not date, exact day from when the action started. So this was quite easy when we said that when I started teaching. I can say I have been working since last 2 years. Now did you see, whenever I have not used the word last, this word last is a culprit. Whenever there is a word last in the sentence, then also you use the preposition since. I have been talking to you since last 5 minutes. Then also we use the word since. Normally with minutes, since last 5 minutes. Here also you need to note, with AM, with year, with morning, with day, we use since. But with minutes, normally we use for. But when the word last is used with this word, we use since and not for. So you always have to remember this word last, which is the culprit and which creates confusion in the mind of many people. Whenever we use the word last in a sentence, be it a duration or be it the exact starting point of the action, you always use since. So I hope I am clear with the usage of since. Now coming down to the usage of for. As I told you, for is used for the duration of time. How do I say? I have been teaching for 10 years. Now, I have not mentioned the exact year since when I started teaching. I am just mentioning the years, the duration from when or for about what time I have been teaching. अब ये 10 साल में कुछ 1-2 महीने कम भी हो सकते हैं, कुछ 1-2 महीने ज़्यादा भी हो सकते हैं. It is just an approximate duration. I have been working for long. This can also be an example. I have been working for long, for a while, for 5 minutes. Now can you see, if I had said last 5 minutes, then I will use the preposition since. But when I have said just 5 minutes, then I will use the word for. I can also say Ravi had slept for 2 hours. Here again, with the word hours also, we use the preposition for. With hours, with minutes, with years, we always use the preposition for. But with time and with year and with day, we always use the preposition since. I hope these examples makes you clear about when to use since and when to use for with respect to the prepositions. You can note down these examples or you can take the screenshot of this screen. Okay. Now let's move to another usage of for. Since we are studying about for, let me tell you another usage of for which is not in respect to since and for. Since और for जो हमने अभी देखा, that was with respect to time. Now we will see another usage of for, which is not time but Here I am going to talk to you about the preposition for used as a purpose. Now, how do we use preposition for the purpose? Like this. I work for money. Now, normally people work because they want to earn money. Now, this is the purpose. Like, he laid or gave his life for the country. Now here again the preposition for was used for a purpose. Now here we can have another usage of he is here for study, or we can also say he is here to study. Both the options will be correct in a sentence like this. We can also use the preposition for when we get something for exchange. Like, how do we use this? I bought this pen for 20 rupees. Can you see? In exchange of 20 rupees. So the usage of for some purpose, for some reason, or for some exchange. So this was another usage of the preposition for. Now let's talk about another similar preposition but with different usage, from. Now from can also be used, can also be termed under the preposition of place or direction, but it is normally used to describe the source of a thing, or source, or you can say the location from where a person is coming. I can say I am coming from Delhi. See, this was very easy. I am coming from Delhi. I got this news from my friend. Here again, I am using the preposition from for the source. I will work from tomorrow. Now here, what is it recommending? Here from is used to describe a time from when I am going to start to work. Point of time from when I will start working. So these are three usages of from. Like from, when I am studying about from, I remember another important preposition which is via. Though it is used very less, but since I am telling you from with respect to travel, I like to tell you this preposition via also. Via means from one place to another, and when something from in between. Like I can say, I went to Agra via Delhi. But here it means I did not start from Delhi. It means I started from X location, in between Delhi came, and then finally I reached to Agra. So I crossed Delhi to reach Agra. So in this phrase we use the preposition via. So I guess the preposition for and from is very clear to you. Let's move on with other prepositions. Now let's start with some preposition with direction. The preposition which expresses directions are to, towards, into, onto, upon, or you can also say up or upwards. Then there's another preposition, downwards or down. These are the prepositions which expresses the direction. Now, direction but with a difference in the meaning. When I say the preposition to, how do I use the preposition to? I'll make a sentence of that. Ram went to the principal's room. Now see very carefully. I have mentioned Ram went to the principal's room. This means कि Ram principal के room तक गया. See, the meaning in Hindi can be understood very easily कि तक गया यानी एक particular location तक गया. I can also use the preposition towards over here. Ram went towards the principal room, and this can also be correct, but the meaning is different. When I say Ram went towards the principal room, इसका मतलब होता है कि वो प्रिंसिपल की रूम के तरफ गया, उसकी ओर गया, बट उसके बाद कहाँ गया पता नहीं. सो हियर इसमें वो प्रिंसिपल के रूम तक गया था, वहाँ रुक गया था, लेकिन प्रिंसिपल की रूम की तरफ से कहीं चला गया. देन वी यूज द preposition towards. अब तीसरा, I could have also used the preposition into over here. ये भी मेरा आंसर सही होगा इस सेंटेंस में, because the preposition into का मतलब होता है Ram went into the principal room. Here he particularly went inside the principal's room, and when I saw him going inside from an outer space to an enclosed room, normally the preposition into is used. हम यहाँ पे Ram went inside the principal room अगर बोलते तो हमारा आंसर गलत होता. अगर हम बोलते Ram went in the principal's room तो भी हमारा आंसर गलत होता, क्योंकि मैंने आपको बताया था in and inside is yes used when something is inside something but it was already inside. For example, I am in this room. Yes, I will say I am in this room because you did not see me coming inside this room. But suppose someone saw me entering the room, then I will say Ravi saw me entering into the room. When something from outside enters inside something, we always use the preposition into. Now let's imagine a very easy situation. Suppose this is a swimming pool and I saw my drawing is not that good, children, but for this, I saw a boy swimming dash the pool. Now what will be the answer? If I say a boy is swimming dash the pool, what will be the answer? Now many students fill the answer into over here and they get it wrong, because here I did not see the boy jumping into the pool. When I saw the boy was already in the pool, so I should use the preposition in over here. But suppose if here there was a dais and I saw another boy jumping into the pool. My drawing is quite bad, children. Now if I see this boy diving. Now I saw this boy diving and moving into the pool. किसी गहराई वाली चीज़ में बाहर से अंदर आ रहा था, तब मैं यहाँ पे सेंटेंस में into लगाती, but my sentence would have been the boy jumped or dived into the pool. So now I guess you understood when I should use the preposition in and when I should use the preposition into. These preposition into, onto and upon are always used when there is some movement or motion associated with the object. We never use these preposition when anything is stationary. Into is when something is going into something. Similarly, onto. To we know is towards the direction. On means upar. Now let's imagine this is a table. Now let's imagine this is a table. And what is this? I think you all can make it very easily clear. This is a cat. And of course I should make the eyes as well. Now suppose my cat wanted to jump dash the table. What will the preposition I am going to use? The cat jumped upon the table and spilt the milk. Suppose there was a glass of milk kept over here and the milk got spilt. So here I would have used because the movement or the motion of jumping from the ground to the table was associated over here. So here I should say the cat jumped upon the table. Okay, and simultaneously I can also say the cat jumped onto the table. Suppose there is a dais and suddenly something fell on this dais from somewhere. The clock fell upon the dais. अचानक से अपने आप किसी चीज के ऊपर कोई चीज गिर गई. Then also we use the preposition upon. Onto. Now suppose this same here. We again have this car. We have this cat and now this cat wants to jump on the dais of the car. So this is a car and now this cat jumped here and then on the roof. Here also I will use the preposition onto. The cat jumped onto the roof of the car. So now can you see how do we use the preposition on, onto and into? So that was very clear to all of you. Now up, upwards and downwards. Here again it's very clear. I climbed up the hill, or I can say the river is flowing. I climbed up, or I can also say I climbed down the hill. Either of these preposition would have been right. Upwards and downwards. Now how do I use? Throw the ball upwards. Or I can say throw the ball downwards. Imagining the person is standing up. So these two prepositions can also be used as a preposition of direction. To, towards, into, onto, upon, upwards and downwards. I hope these prepositions are clear to you. Moving on to some more prepositions. Now coming to some more commonly used preposition. The first one we are going to study is the very common one is by and with. Now how do we use the preposition by? By preposition is used for many things. Now first by is used as means. How do I use the preposition by? Like, I go to school by bus. Now is this example very clear? I go to school by bus. Another example, I was taught English dash Pooja ma'am. Now again, here also I will use the preposition by. I normally travel by bus. I normally travel by bus. I will finish my work by morning. Now, this is a different usage, but here also I use the preposition by. यहाँ पे means नहीं, यहाँ पे तक के रूप में, सुबह तक के मतलब के यूज में I have used the preposition by. फिर यहाँ से who is sitting, who is sitting by you. Now here also I have used the preposition by, but here it means next to. In this way also we can use the preposition by. और यहाँ पे I will leave for airport by 5 a.m. Now for the place and by time. This is also a usage of by. I will leave for airport by 5 a.m. So these are some usages of by. Can you read it and understand it? These are the commonly used usage of by. Now let's use the preposition with. With is normally used for instruments, device or any agent. Here normally, but there are some other usage. Now the example for these will be. Now let's use the example with. I cut an apple dash a knife. Many people put the preposition by over here and that's wrong. I always use the preposition with over here. Why? Because knife is the instrument. The movie was shot with an advanced camera because again camera is a device. Another example, he killed the bird with a stone. This example also makes the usage of with clear. There's another usage of with. I am always with you. यहाँ पे के द्वारा ये था से. यहाँ पे अगर हम हिंदी के समझे मीनिंग तो के द्वारा. The meaning is के द्वारा. My Hindi is very bad. ठीक है? के द्वारा and से. I am always with you. This is also the meaning of with. Now, there's a very easy example which will explain the meanings of these two. If I make a sentence which will easily create the difference. Ravana was killed by Ram with an arrow. Now, here I have made a single sentence where I have used both the preposition by and with. Here, by is used with the meaning say, or I can say means. And because Ram was the means to kill Ravana. But what was the agent? The agent was the arrow. And here With is used as the agent, or we can also say device or instrument with which Ram killed Ravan. So this is here we got to know the difference between the preposition by and with. Moving ahead with some more important prepositions. Let's take till and until. This set is very easy. Tak or jab tak. This means, tak means I will complete my time till a specified time, whether the work gets completed or it doesn't get completed. My sentence will be, I will study 2 a.m. till 2 a.m. This means I have specified the time जब तक मैं पढ़ाई करने वाला हूँ. मैं 2 बजे तक ही पढ़ने वाला हूँ. After that I am going to go to sleep. But if I say I will study until I finish my syllabus. This means I will study until my syllabus gets finished. That means अगर 12 बजे तक ख़त्म हुआ तो 12 बजे तक पढ़ूंगी. अगर 2 बजे तक ख़त्म हुआ तो 2 बजे तक पढ़ूंगी. Here time doesn't matter. My purpose of studying matters कि जब तक मेरा टॉपिक, जब तक मेरा चैप्टर या जब तक मेरा सिलेबस ख़त्म नहीं होगा, मैं पढ़ना बंद नहीं करूँगी. So this is till and until. I'll give you 2 more examples of till and until. Like for example, I worked till I could. I worked till I could. जब तक मेरी क्षमता रही तब तक मैंने काम किया. I worked unto death. Or I worked until I fainted. मतलब मैं काम कर रहा था और करता ही जा रहा था और तब तक करता रहा जब तक मैं फेंट नहीं हो गया. This means there was no limit to my work and I kept on working and working. So children, this was another set of important preposition. There are some more important preposition about which we are going to study in our next lecture. We are going to study the preposition in pairs, their usage, and then I am going to solve a very interesting exercise with you which will make the usage of these prepositions very clear to you. I hope you are clear about all the preposition we learned today, the preposition of time, place, direction. Then we did a preposition with and by. Then we did the preposition till and until, and above all we did the preposition since and for, and we also studied about the usage of for source or for purpose. So we stop here and stay tuned with me in the next lecture of some more interesting prepositions. Bye.